been a major fight that's been playing out between lawmakers in New York, both Democrat and Republican, after the Trump administration froze billions of dollars in funding for one of the biggest infrastructure projects in the nation. And amid that fight, we have learned from sources that President Trump made the Democratic Senator, Chuck Schumer, a startling offer. He'll unfreeze the money with a major condition attached, that Schumer must agree to rename New York's Penn Station and Washington's Dulles International Airport after Trump. Our sources tell CNN that Senator Schumer rejected this proposal. Right now, we know that money is still being withheld tonight. But tonight on Air Force One, the president was asked about this proposal and what happened here, and he argued that it was not his idea.
He suggested that to me. Chuck Schumer suggested that to me about changing the name of Penn Station to Trump Station. Dulles Airport is really separate. Dulles Airport is really not too involved with Congress. That's a separate kind of a deal, as you know.
Senator Schumer is denying this. He wrote tonight after that saying, quote, absolute lie. He knows it. Everyone knows it. My source tonight is a member of the House Judiciary Committee, Democratic Congressman Dan Goldman of New York. Would you have accepted this offer if the president made it to you? It's a lot of money in this funding.
It is so preposterous that we're talking about the largest infrastructure project in the country that is so central to the entire Northeast corridor, that has been already funded by Congress, signed by a president, and it's literally being hung up based on whether Donald Trump gets his name on something. I mean, it's preposterous that this is even
late last night.
Table.
President Trump reposted an election conspiracy video that includes
intervened now tonight, and it is just yet another example, and we're seeing this across the board. Whether it's offshore wind, where he's shutting down projects that are almost completed with billions of dollars, and with 2.5 million homes that can be funded. Energy prices would go down because of offshore wind, but he doesn't like windmills off the coast of his golf course in Scotland, and so he shuts that down. It is so arbitrary, and it is so devastating to
late last night.
American
President Trump reposted an election conspiracy video that included this racist image. As you can see, the faces of former President Barack Obama, the former First Lady, has been taken down. White House. The president,
the White House about it.
Should.
I thought the whole argument was that it was
He also leads
because they wanted to investigate fraud and make sure New York was using its federal funds appropriately, not because the president wanted something named after him.
You believe what they say? I mean,
that was the argument they put forward.
There's no argument. It was obviously punishment against Chuck Schumer. It was trying to use leverage against the minority leader in the Senate to turn the screws on him so he would agree to other stuff. There's no rationale for why else you would stop what was already a funded project that is, and let's be clear, this is not just for New York. This is for the entire Northeast corridor that is so essential for our economy, transportation. And look, Mike Lawler can talk about how he's against it all he wants, but he's a Republican. Get it done, Mike.
So you wouldn't board a train at Trump Station if that's what they changed the name to?
Well, I don't think anybody's changing the name to Trump Station. We've seen what happens when he tries to change the name of the Kennedy Center. The whole thing goes to junk, and
he did succeed in that.
Not yet. No, that's his name, and it's unclear whether that will.
It's not recognized, but it is on there. Can I ask you? You are on the Judiciary Committee. We've heard now that lawmakers are going to be able to go and see what is redacted from the Epstein files, what we, the public, cannot see. Do you plan on going to look at that?
Absolutely, as soon as I possibly can, because what is redacted is clearly not within the confines of the law. They redacted in numerous occasions names of either accomplices or other people involved, not victims. Let's just put it that way. I don't know what they are. I don't want to cast aspersions, but it's clearly not victims. And so the unredacted versions will have the names of those people. And that's what the American people and the survivors especially deserve to know about.
Will you be able to share that information, what you see in there? Will you be able to share that publicly, or is that clear yet?
I don't know. You know, it's a good question. I think that to the extent that the redactions are legitimate under the law, we will follow the law. But if they are redacting things that are outside the confines of the law, I don't see why there would be any restrictions on us.
Congressman Dan Goldman, thanks for joining us tonight. Up next year, we're going to take you behind the scenes at